Hi there, I'm Matt Keys. I'm the Minister of Media and Technical Arts at Our Savior in Tacoma, Washington. I'm also the director and co-founder of the Christian Musician Summit Conference. Our events have hosted tens of thousands of musicians, technicians, and lead worshipers since 2003. Today, I'd like to show you how we use the new PreSonus StudioLive 64S console in a house of worship setting. Our front of house booth currently has 4 stations: audio, streaming, lighting and environmental projection, and Pro Presenter. It's not a huge booth. Thankfully, the footprint of the 64S is not overwhelming. It fit in quite nicely when I installed it. The console is powerful with tons of processing power, a 32 fader channel desk, and a bunch of IOs on the back, but it's not heavy nor oversized. Our previous console required Cat6 Ethernet cable for stage boxes, so we already had the data cable run from front of house to our AVL closet up front, as well as to various locations on the main platform. This made installing the new console and the NSB 16.8 AVB networked stage boxes a very simple process. The AVB network, which stands for Audio Video Bridging, is a simple network to set up with the built-in Ethernet connections on the NSB boxes and our AVB switch located in our AVL closet. The StudioLive 64S features digital patching, so we can place our stage boxes in a variety of places on the platform, but patch them to wherever we want on the console. For example, our drums are patched into AVB channels 49 to 55, but I've patched them into our input channels 1 to 7 on the console, so that mixing is simplified, placing instruments in the order I want to mix them live. We run 2 stage boxes for our backline, and 1 stage box in our AVL closet where I can patch in a few of our different wall plates located in various spots on the platform. Again, I can digitally patch any of these inputs to anywhere on the console for a simplified mix. Now, for a church our size, you may be asking, why 64 channels? My answer is this: at a price like this, why not? I like and honestly need flexibility on our platform. On any given Sunday, we typically mix upwards of 40 channels of audio: drums, bass, electric guitar, acoustic guitars, keys, piano, B3 organ, pads, choir, lead vocals, backing vocals, head-worn wireless mics, music playback, audio from video playback, plus ambient mics and a click for in-ears. And there's some special services like Christmas and Easter and our annual musical production when we even need more inputs. What's even more excellent about the 64S than all those inputs are the 32 output buses. These are called flex mixes because they can be an auxiliary mix, a subgroup, or a matrix mix. Currently, we're running 6 stereo in-ears, 4 floor wedge mixes, a stereo streaming mix, a redundant sermon record mix, and an assistive listening device mix. And we still have 12 mixes to spare. PreSonus makes the ear mix system, and we could have even more flexibility with our outputs if we were using that. In addition to the 32 output buses, there are 8 stereo reverb or delay effect mixes. And we're only using 3 right now, 1 delay and 2 reverbs. The user buttons give us an option to assign a tap delay if desired. I love the ability to operate remotely using UC Surface on our iPad and 2 different iMacs. One iMac is located up by the band for monitor mixing, and the other is located at our front of house for mixing audio for our streaming broadcast. We currently monitor off the console using headphones for that mix. It's also handy to use the iPad during rehearsals to walk around the platform and help musicians get their monitor mixes dialed in. Some of our musicians like to use the QMix app on their iPhone or Android, but I don't give our musicians using floor wedges this luxury. That's so I can control the stage volume. We like to keep the iPad on the console during live mixing for touchscreen tweaking of EQs, effects, and the like. Mixing from this console is intuitive and fast. My audio techs really like the 32 fader desk. They can see the whole band on one page. But moving to other pages is simple as well. Jumping to 33 to 64 or to a monitor mix is quick. You can even mix with DCA groups if you prefer, or even user fader group. The fat channel control is pretty robust, yet simple to navigate. Applying gates, compressors, EQs to every single input channel as well as every mix bus. There are over 500 unique processors powering this console. I love the compressor and EQ plugins on the fat channel. They add such unique flavors to the mix. I've been enjoying the tube compressor on the bass and the guitars. I've recently started taking some time using a virtual sound check to dial in some of these plugins. I love this tool for tweaking mixes when the band is not around, so I don't have to waste their time in rehearsal. And I love it even more when I'm training technicians how to mix. Not just mix, but learn more about what all these knobs and features do. It's easier to play back audio and mess with compression and EQ with a multi-track recording than with a live band. Not only can we use multi-track recordings for sound checks, but as its name implies, with StudioLive, we can turn our worship center into a recording studio for our next project. All these bells and whistles wouldn't be worth much if this console didn't sound great. And this console sounds phenomenal. I've always been a fan of PreSonus X Max preamps, as I use them in my studio as well. For me, that's where it starts. You can't cut corners on preamps. As we know, a good mix starts with the sound source. And to capture that sound source cleanly, you need great preamps. The PreSonus X Max preamps are pristine. Add to that all the features that it comes with, the ability to scale things to meet your needs, and this very low price point, plus the extremely helpful service and knowledge base that PreSonus provides. This console will find its home in many houses of worship, theaters, and studios everywhere. I'm extremely pleased with the PreSonus StudioLive 64S digital mixer. I'm sure you will be as well.